Masquerade. I'm sorry, I've been busy since morning. I've been at work, but I'm happy that I'm back so that we talk, because I love talking, especially about the politics of Zimbabwe, because we really need to change in the nation of Zimbabwe. We cannot continue like this. We cannot have 5 more years in such a situation like we have. So Jacob Ngarivhume, he has occupied the spotlight these days because of his irresponsible statement, a reckless statement he has been making lately. So number one, Jacob Ngarivhume is actually calling Advocate Nelson Chamisa a weak leader. He's calling Advocate Nelson Chamisa a man who is failing to lead from the front. However, there is something very interesting from a certain video which I made a decision to come and play, so that when we talk from something which is there, which is available. Let us listen to this video, then we go into our story.
What I want to say, what I have observed over the years is actually in Zimbabwe, elections are seriously compromised, and I think our democracy does not support the removal of the ruling party via an election. Honestly speaking, I have since realized that an election cannot remove the ruling ZANU-PF from power. If an election could remove ZANU-PF from power, it should have removed it in 2008. And if ever there was change in Zimbabwe, like the change we got in 2017, I mean, negative change, of course, after the coup, it was through a coup. So you would actually see that elections have more capacity to change government in this country. Absolutely, absolutely. We've since learned and seen that. I mean, you have an election whereby the commander of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, he attends and sits in the ZANU-PF Congress. At the ZANU-PF Congress, he's a member and a delegate at the ZANU-PF Congress. And he's the same guy who you would want to salute a member of the opposition if he wins. I mean, it looks impossible. I think we need extrajudicial means to actually achieve change ultimately in this country.
So Jacob Ngarivhume speaks of two things which are very important. He says elections are not going to help us win the elections. That is win change in Zimbabwe. That is the first point he has made. And in my view, I believe that these are the people who have begun to discredit or to make people not go and vote. Why? This message is going to get into the ears of a lot of people, and they're going to be conclusive. They're going to make conclusions, and they're going to say, why should we vote when people like Ngarivhume, who are leaders, are saying elections are not going to bring anything new? So a lot of people are going to say, so there is no need for us to register to vote. There is no need for us to vote, which means all efforts we are trying to put in place to fight for change through the elections, or to fight for the people to actually vote, it means, according to Jacob Ngarivhume, it doesn't matter. What matters to Jacob Ngarivhume is violence and noise. And the funny part of it is that Jacob Ngarivhume is not willing to be on the forefront of that noise. He does have his own political party, Transform Zimbabwe. And the question is, Mr. Jacob Ngarivhume, why are you not getting into the streets and actually do what you want Advocate Nelson Chamisa to do? Because every leader does have his own strategies. Why do you want to force another leader to force your own strategy? Why at least you have your political party and he does have his own political party? The fact that you have two political parties, different political parties, it shows that you are not in agreement in any way. So you can actually see that these are people who made Nelson Chamisa to lose elections in 2018. So if we are to look at the 2018 elections, Jacob Ngarivhume contested against this guy called Mudzingwa. There was Mudzingwa, there was Jacob Ngarivhume, and the other. And Jacob Ngarivhume came to contest against Mudzingwa. These are the people from the opposition cycles, and they contested under the same banner of MDC Alliance. It shows that there was sort of an underhand dealing with Douglas Monzora, who was in charge of signing up for the MPs and for the contestants in that 2018 elections. And right now, he's showing his character and his colors. This is the same happened to Kudakwashe Baskiti. He did the same with the people of Zimbabwe. So the question is, where are we going if we continuously have people like Jacob Ngarivhume coming up and telling people not to actually follow elections and not to actually register to vote and not to actually believe in the election? So as I always say, whatever decision Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to make, he is going to make it based on the election results. That is it. So you can actually see that this is something we need to actually closely look. So when I was in that area at a certain point in time, a lot of people were saying we ended up voting for ZANU-PF because MDC had 2 candidates, and it shows that they were not serious. Other people were saying because it shows that they were not serious. Why? It's because we had, number one, we had Maduku Johnson from ZANU-PF. He had 10,261. Boniface Mudzingwa, he had 8,542 from MDC Alliance. And we had Ngarivhume Jacob with 638. So if we are to add the 638 of the people who voted for Jacob Ngarivhume, these are MDC Alliance people who would have voted for Boniface Mudzingwa. If we add the people who didn't vote and the people who actually went on to vote for ZANU-PF just because there was confusion in the MDC Alliance cycles, if we add those numbers, we would have won that Bikita East seat. And this is the same Jacob Ngarivhume who is coming to tell us how to do things and what to do. So he is not a popular man. In Bikita East, he is not known. Once in a while. He's not known, but he was contesting against somebody like Mudzingwa, who is well known in that area, who is deep-rooted in Bikita. So you can actually see this is the group of people who are actually working against us. Secondly, the issue of the Commander Defense Forces cannot be predicted by Ngarivhume today and say this is what he is going to do. You must understand that this Commander Defense Forces who is there is different to General Chiwenga, is different to the previous commanders. He does have his own senses, he does have his own things. What makes you believe that he is going to deny Advocate Nelson Chamisa power? Absolutely. And what makes you believe that even if you do an uprising today, he is going to let you do whatever you want and hand over power to you? What makes you believe so? What if he sees his power and he says, I'm now the president of the republic, like what is happening in other countries? Go to Sudan and you see what is happening. People are not happy there, but there was a military coup. Go to various countries where a military coup happened. So you can actually see that what is going to happen is people will get into the streets, they will protest, and they will force Mnangagwa out. After forcing Mnangagwa out, the military is going to take over so as to preserve whatever they're going to take over, because they have the powers to do so. After they take over, they are going to actually decide who becomes the next president. According to the constitution, it's ZANU-PF which is going to decide who is going to be the next president. The military can decide who is going to be the next president. So if the military is against Nelson Chamisa today, What makes you believe that if he is to do protests and uprisings, what guarantee do you have that the military is going to hand over power to Nelson Chamisa because of protests? So I don't see logic in his reasoning and in his arguments myself. I don't see the logic, and I believe that we need to go to the elections. We need to win the elections. After winning the elections, then we see the reaction of the state apparatus. Then we begin to deal with the real information on the ground and what is there on the ground. At this moment, what needs to be done is to have solutions and precautionary measures to say, if this happens, we are going to do A, B, C, D. If this happens, we are going to do A, B, C, D. That is what needed. There is need for a strategy, number one, to say people register to vote, people actually vote, people vote for change, and number three, the actual results of the elections are pronounced. And if we do that, then we are going to see, to have a solution to say, if the military reacts in this way, we are going to react in this way. If they do this, we are going to do this. If they do this, we are going to do this. That is what is needed to be on the ground right now. But people like who are short-sighted, they don't see things the other people. That is the reason why we have Nelson Chamisa as the leader. So surprisingly, Advocate Nelson Chamisa said, the last time I checked, he had his own political party. He is free to do whatever he wants to say. And he said, we believe in you. We believe in CCCE. We believe in you. So as to lead and to talk over power. And the question is, if you believe in Advocate Nelson Chamisa, why are you not shutting down your own political party and join him? Why? It's because you don't believe in him. It's because you have an agenda. So we are tired of these people who come with various agendas and different agendas, trying to force whatever they want. I believe in the leaders dictating what should be done. When we give suggestions, we are giving suggestions so that the leaders can see the angle we see things, but not to force the leaders to say, this is what I believe in, this is what I have seen, follow it. That is not our agenda. So I see this video from Jacob Ngarivhume as a reckless video and a video from somebody who is not informed about what needs to be done and what is happening and how sophisticated the system we are dealing with is. So Team Zimbabwe, for those who came late, please visit to the beginning of this video. I have placed that video from Jacob Ngarivhume so that you hear and understand what he is saying. To myself, in conclusion, I believe that we need to go for the elections, we need to win the elections, we need to mobilize for the elections. Then we take action according to the results of the elections. So it is you as a citizen who does have a responsibility to make sure that polling station kwako you have a V11. Make it something something you are going to pursue to say, I'm going to provide a V11 from my constituent or from my rural area. Make it your resolution to actually go and campaign for change in the rural areas. Talk to your family members, talk to everybody in the rural areas and make them see the reason why we need change. That was what we need. This is what I see. These are my views. I don't know your views. In the comment section, please tell me what you think. What is Jacob Ngarivhume's agenda? To meet again in other episodes. Thank you.